everyone, welcome back to Quirky Pineapples. If you're new here, I'm Vina, a plant-based recipe developer and food blogger, and I'm back with another What I Eat in a Day, but this one is a little bit special because I am in Kyoto, Japan this time. So I get to show you what I eat in a day in Kyoto. Now obviously these aren't typical days in my life or typical what I eat in a day because I'm out on vacation right now. I am way far from home in California. So I get to show you what I eat in a day when I am away from home and sort of how I navigate that. I will say yesterday was a bit of a fail. I probably survived a lot on rice and seaweed. And that was probably not the best way to go. I got very lucky because our hotel provides breakfast in the morning. Well, it's discounted because we're Marriott Bonvoy members, and we are staying at the Chapter Hotel Kyoto, which is an absolutely beautiful hotel. I'll give you guys a bit of a room tour later on. But I got really lucky because they provided breakfast for us, and it was like a breakfast buffet. So I'll show clips of that where I was able to have like a salad with like beans on it and some tofu and rice and fruit and all of that good stuff in the morning time yesterday. But after that, oh gosh, after that it wasn't great at all. I think I had like fries for dinner. I was able to have like an onigiri that was just like rice, like pretty much a rice ball. We were trying the whole convenience store approach in the middle of the day. If there's one thing I can say, and it's obviously nothing on the country of Japan because everyone has their customs and everyone has their different culture and the way that they do things in their country. And so it's definitely no shade. But the convenience stores like Lawson and Family Mart and 7-Eleven are not very vegan friendly. You will be caught with just a ball of rice, and that's, like I said, okay, because things are going to be different from where you live or what you're used to, and we just figure out ways to navigate that. And so I have used my Happy Cow app to help me out as far as finding places to eat. I've used my Happy Cow app in so many different places. I've used it in Hawaii. I have used it in Portland. I've used it in the DC area, like the DMV area. I've used it in Michigan and like the suburbs of Michigan, and it has just never really failed me. It's never steered me wrong, and it's helping me out a lot here. So at the end of the video, what I will do is give you some tips and some tricks on how to navigate being in Japan and being vegan or plant-based, because it can get a little bit tricky and you do need to be prepared. So today I prepared, and so we got out really early today and made it to the Arashiyama bamboo garden, or the bamboo forest, I believe. And I have to say, this was such a bucket list item for me. I was so excited to go, and it so didn't disappoint. It was so wonderful. Just the sprawling bamboo shoots going all the way up into the sky, just absolutely beautiful. And then the Arashiyama area in and of itself is just gorgeous. It's, you know, this beautiful valley with this flowing river, and we were able to stop at Arabica and get coffee. I think I had the Kyoto blend with oat milk, which was really good, and we sat out by the river and enjoyed our coffee, and that was really nice. Now, I will say that breakfast in Japan, it can be a little tricky because we had to wait until about noon to be able to try out this delicious vegan kind of, not necessarily a brunch spot, but this delicious vegan restaurant called, I believe, AIN SOPH.Journey. I don't know if I'm saying that right. I probably should have asked them how to pronounce it, but I will kind of put it up to show you. It's AIN SOPH.Journey, and it seems to be a chain. There are other locations. I think there's 2 in Kyoto, and there's quite a few that are in Tokyo. But one of the reasons that I really wanted to try this place was because of the souffle pancakes, because if there's one thing that everyone's always showing when they go to Japan, is enjoying those fluffy souffle pancakes. And I was so pleasantly surprised by these souffle pancakes. They were so fluffy and light. And if I'm not mistaken, they were also gluten-free. And they were so delicious. And I'm a big pancake person. I think I've mentioned it before. I could probably live off of pizza and pancakes if I was allowed to, or if I allowed myself to. But yeah, these souffle pancakes were delicious. And then we had sort of like some fried tofu chicken. And then for lunch, we ate at, and I need to be able to read it, Mumokuteki Vegan Cafe, which was Japanese specialties. And so it was sort of like the small plates of different items, which was actually pretty good. Very different, but really good. And it seemed pretty nutritious. There was an array of different vegetables and like sweet potatoes and different things on the plate there. It was just really interesting. I'll make sure that I put in a clip of that as well. And actually, what was it that I got to eat there? Let's see. I took a picture of the menu because it was a little difficult to remember. We had the tofu hamburger steak and miso cutlet gozen. And it was like a tofu hamburger steak with pieces of a miso cutlet. And then it came with like a tofu paste with, it literally says unusual vegetables. So it was like tofu meets pistachios and black olives, a very unlikely number, which is really interesting that they said that. Shredded chilled potatoes, hijiki and beans with homemade miso mayonnaise, an edible vegetable juice, pickles with nishiki takakaraya. If I butcher this, I apologize. And then it came with just like some seasonal fruit, which was just like some pieces of melon. And that was actually pretty good. It was kind of nice to be able to graze and just see what I liked the best. And it was a pretty good plate of food. And so it's so weird because I'm doing my introduction to you guys pretty much in the middle of the day, because we left so early to get out to Arashiyama to sort of beat the crowds a little bit, which you'll notice in the videos. Like, I think we did really good as far as beating the crowd. And then of course wanting to get there early to get our to get in line for coffee, because the Arabica by Arashiyama by the river can be really busy and people start to line up pretty early. I really wanted to try to get a hold of some strawberry daifuku, but I think it's only during like the peak summer months, or sort of, yeah, like the peak summer months that it's available. So I wasn't able to get any daifuku. I'll put a picture of it on the screen so that you know what I'm talking about. I searched and searched and I just could not find it. And I'm going to be hurt if someone was like, they have it later on. But yeah. And so later on, we're going to go out to dinner, and I believe we're going to try, let's see, what do we have on the agenda for dinner tonight? I keep closing all of these notes. Let's see. For dinner tonight, I have Vegginy, it looks like. And later on after dinner, I will definitely tell you a little bit about that. But yeah, so we're going to Vegginy, or it's spelled Vegginy, which is kind of interesting to try to pronounce. But yeah, we're gonna have that for dinner later on, and I'll report back to you on how much I like that. All right, guys, I will see you guys after dinner. Okay, guys, today was such an eventful day that I can't even begin to tell you how incredibly exhausted Husband and I are. But I'm really excited because I found one of the top rated restaurants on Happy Cow, and this one was Vegginy or Vegginy. I think it might be Vegginy, and we got a few really good items. So we got, Husband got the burger, which looks really good, and then I got the tofu banh mi, mostly because I really wanted to get some extra protein, and it just looks really good. They load it up. I got some rosemary potatoes and a muffin because I haven't had really any sweets since I've been here, and it's a peach muffin, and it just looks really good. So yeah, a peach muffin. I don't know if I want to try this on camera because you saw how thick it was. But yeah, actually, let's try the potatoes at least, because they're rosemary potatoes. I can't remember the last time I had some type of like rosemary potato. That's really good. I think what I'll do is taste a little bit of the tofu just to get a taste of the flavors. Oh, that's gonna be good. That's gonna be really good. But yeah, so that was my eventful day today in Kyoto. Trying to navigate eating vegan in a foreign country is a whole different ball game. And so some tips that I would have for you as far as navigating through Kyoto specifically, because we haven't gone to Tokyo just yet to experience that. I will say that Kyoto has a long list of vegan restaurants that I was able to find on Happy Cow. Like I said, use your tools and resources. Google vegan restaurants if you don't have the Happy Cow app. But like I said earlier, the Happy Cow app has been really, really helpful to me no matter where I travel. But navigating eating in a foreign country can be really tricky. So what I would highly recommend is, one, pack some snacks, especially for the travel. I packed snacks for our travel day, and I have to admit, like, I started to run out of snacks because of the amount of time. Like, we were on pretty much a 24-hour travel day. So pack snacks, plan ahead. Planning ahead is really important, like not just picking out restaurants, because that's what I did yesterday. I picked out restaurants, but I didn't really look specifically at the time frames. Here in Japan, as far as what I'm experiencing and what I've heard from other people, is that breakfast times are way later than what we're used to in the States. So, for example, if you want breakfast or brunch of some type, whether it's a traditional Japanese breakfast or Western breakfast, most places really open up at about 11 o'clock. And the place that we went to opened at noon. And then some places actually, they'll open in the morning for breakfast and lunch, and then they'll close, and then they'll open again later for dinner. Like, for example, Vegginy, the place that we just ordered from tonight, open from 5:30 to 7 p.m. So we had to get there, order our food, and bring it back to the hotel, which we would have eaten there, but we've just done so much today. Like, the amount of steps that we've taken, the amount of stairs that we've climbed, and it's all totally worth it. But yeah. And then of course, just, you can use your tools. Like I say, Happy Cow, Google Translate is really helpful. When I was going through the convenience stores, I was using Google Translate to help me figure out whether there were items that I could and couldn't eat in the convenience store. And of course, I asked for help as well using Google Translate. People were really kind and helpful. So yeah, but it is August right now, and so here in Japan it is really, really hot. So outside of just making sure that you're eating and finding things and planning ahead so that you don't get caught up losing your vegan options because they're closed and you didn't know it, stay hydrated. I think what I really love about Japan is that there are vending machines almost everywhere where you can get bottles of water and things like that. I know we've been filling up a lot on bottles of water. Just keep in mind that it can be hard to dispose of your trash here. That's like a whole different story for a whole different day. But stay hydrated, and then try and, use my tips and tricks for if you ever come to Japan, specifically if you come to Kyoto. But I would say if you plan ahead and you do these things, you can find a lot of really great vegan food to eat here. I was able to find some really great options for today. There's even more. There were some more that were like super healthy options, and Western options. You can even get traditional Japanese food, which I thought was really cool. I haven't had a chance to try any vegan ramen yet, but I definitely plan to do so when we hit Tokyo. But yeah, thanks so much for joining me again today. If you stayed with me this far in the video, then let's see, what do we want you to comment? If you stayed this far in the video, then comment the ramen emoji in the comment section, or you can just type the word ramen. And again, hopefully I can find a really good vegan ramen spot, or quite a few when we go to Tokyo soon. But yeah, thanks again for watching me. Don't forget to check out some of my recipes on quirkypineapples.com. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.